Welcome to Rusty's Sudoku Stream. I am Rusty. We are going to do an easy puzzle tonight. Puzzle number 766 from the Easy Collection of 1000 Sudoku puzzles from the Sudoku Store. You can get copies of the collection yourself. Blue Sky, do a search for at SudokuStore, and you will find they have a storefront on both Etsy and Amazon, and you can use either of those to purchase copies of the various collections they have, including the 1000 puzzle collections and then several other collections, much less than 1000. I think a couple of them are 400 puzzles, some are 500, some are mixes of different classes or difficulties of puzzle. All right. In any case, I'm going to hit the checkbox here. If everything checks out, we'll get a countdown timer. You get 20 seconds to start solving this on your own before I take a good look at starting to solve. Oh, here we go. So what was the song about? I've been listening to science fiction content that is based upon the idea that humanity is a great, much better, more capable collection of beings than people think. And I'm finding a huge percentage of it is written by AI and narrated by AI. And I can see an economic reason for doing that. I can even see a reputational reason for doing it. But yeah, okay. So 6 and 7 go over here. Is 6 here, 7 here. Up here, we've got, looks like 8 and... Oh. This can't be a 2. This can't be a 1. All right. So we get back all the way. Because this has to be our 1. For this to be a 2. And this, no. For this to be a 2, this to be a 9. And this gets to be an 8. All right. So one of these 2 here is a 2. I've got 5 possibilities for a 3. 2 possibilities for a 4. 2 possibilities for a 5. Let's see, 6 is going to be one of these 5 as well. What's 7? Yeah, it looks like I've got 4 possibilities for 7. So 8 is going to be one of these 2 here. This one or this one. And obviously, we've got a 9 already. Down here, we've got a 1 and a 2. One of these 3 is a 3. That's a 4. One of these 2. This one is a 5. One of these two, this one is a 6. We'll get a 7 over here. That makes this one a 3. Which means one of these two is a 3. One of these two is a 7. Which suggests to me that this is a 5. And cannot be a 5 anymore. And this becomes a 4. All right. And over here, what do we got left? We got 1s, 2s, 3s, 4, 5. So one of these is going to be a 6. I got 3 possibilities. We'll leave them alone. All right. One of these two is a 1. We got 4 possibilities here. One of these is a 1. I've got 4 possibilities here. This one's not one of the 4 possibilities here. The central one is here, and one of the 2 here. So here I've got 3 possibilities of 1 and 4 of 2. Well, like I've got 3 possibilities for 2 here, 4 possibilities here, one of okay, one of these. Okay, I do use the mouse. One of those two is a 2. And like I say, I've got 4 possibilities down here. 3. That 3 is going to be up top. That's 3 possibilities. 4 is going to be one of these. 4 here. 5 already. 6. I've got 5 possibilities for 6. 4 or 3 possibilities for 7. 8. And then one of these two is a 9. Here we've got 3 possibilities for 1. 2 and a 3 are given. We've got 4 possibilities for 4. 2 possibilities for 5. And then it looks like I've got 2 possibilities for 6. 4 possibilities for 7. 2 possibilities for an 8. And a 9. It for now. All right, 4 possibilities for 1. 2. Wide open on 3s. 4, 5. Kind of wide open on 6s, it looks like. One of these 4 for 7. 8. And one of these 2 for 9. And with 9s limited to those, that means that can't be a 9. That's a 9. That means I can put things up here. So we've got 1, 2. One of these 2 is going to be a 3. And it looks like that's possible 4. All of these have that possibility too. We're going to get 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Okay, so technically you've got 3 possibilities for 4 there and 4 All right. 4 possibilities for a 1. 4 possibilities for a 2. I've got 6 possibilities for a 3. 3 for a 4. 2 for a 5. 6 is going to be one of these 6. Kind of wide open on 7. 8 is going to be one of these 6. 9 is going to be one of these 4. I'm going to get a 9 here, though. Now we're just down to 2 possibilities for a 9. All right. So here we got 2 possibilities for 1. Oh, let's come over here. We got a 1 here. One of these 2 is a 2. 3 is going to be one of these 2. Can't be this one for that reason. Can't be either of these because this over here. 4 is now going to be one of these 3. 5, 6 are given. 7 is going to be one of these 2. And 8 is going to be one of these 3. One thing I noticed is that these 2 are going to be 8. There are possibilities for 8. These 3 are possibly an 8, but nothing in the middle. So we've technically got 2 possibilities for an 8 here that I can knock in. Just like we have the 2 for a 9. All right. Okay, that's all the way through. We've got 4 possibilities for a 1 here, 3 here. 4 outside for the 1 here, 2 down here, and 4 here with the given 1 here. It choose. We've got the 4 outside, 2 here, these 2 for 2. 3 possibilities of a 2 here. 2 given up there. 2 possibilities here. Oh no, we've got a 2 here. Oh yeah. Kind of making that. All right, 3. 3 here and here means one of these 2. One of these 2 is a 3. That means really no help here at all. Or here. This 3 says for these 2 3s and that. Everything's open except the middle. All right. 4. I've got 3 possible 4s here and 4 here. Over here, I've got 4 possible 4s, 3 here. And 3 possible 4s here. 2 possible 5s here and here. Marked, marked, or given. That means this is a 5. Hey, we got another digit on the board. All right, 6s. This will be a 6 because this is blocking these and this is blocking these. Over here, neither of these can be a 6, but one of these 2 is. And that means that in the middle square, the middle cell, is going to be a 6. one of these two is a 1. One of these 3 is a 2. This can't be a 2 anymore. So this becomes a 2. That forces this to be a 3. Means this can't be a 3. All right. So 2s and 3s down here. We can earmark the 2s. Unless I've got something that I can identify as a 3 up here. No, 2 possibilities there. We're kind of open on 3s all the way across. Wait a moment. One of these 2 is going to be a 3. None of these can be a 3, therefore, and this can't be a 3, so this is a. Let's see. One of these 2 is a 1. 2, 3. 4 is going to be one of these 4. So can't narrow it or limit it from here other than they can't be this one. One of these 3 or one of these 3 is all possibly a 4. 5 is taken care of. 6s. We're not done with 5s, but we got something better than 4. Got a 6 up here and here, so 6s are taken care of down here. One of these 2 is a 7. We've got 3 possibilities for an 8 in this row, and oh wait, no, that can't be an 8. One of these 2 is an 8. This one is an 8. Locking in this 3, which means this can't be a 3. This is a 3. Hold on, this is not a 3, this is a 2. Got a 3 here. That means this is not a 2, this is a 2. Yeah, so one of these 2 is a 1. These 3 is a 1. That means one of these 2 is a 1. The other 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One of these 2 is a 7. 7's going there, and there means that over here, one of these 3 is a 7. We'll come back to that. So we got 1s and 7s here. That means one of these 2 is a 3. Which gives us the lockout of the 3 that was up here. We should have just blocked out the 2. All right. One of these 2 is a 4. And this one's a 4. Not that, this one. All right. So now we've got 2 possible 4s here. These are blocked, but both of these are options. And I've got 3 options for a 4 here. All right. 5. And let's look through back here and some more. So one of these 3 is a 4. One of these 3 is a 1. 2, 3, 4, 5. One of these 2 is a 6. One of these 2 is a 7. 8, 9. We got a 4, 5 pair here. That says that this is going to be, let's see, 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 5, 6. So can't be a 5, but it can be a 4. And this says, oh yeah, we've got 3 possibilities for a 4. All right. We got a 7, 6 here, 6 here. So let's not mark that 4 because I've got 3 possibilities. And I don't want to muck up this one down here. So this 7 blocks these 2, but I don't have anything blocking anything else. Okay. Eight will be one of these 2. These 2 are one of these. All right, time to flood in everything else. 1, 1, 1, 4, 4, 4, 6, 6, 7, 7. I believe that's there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. That the bottom's filled. I've got 3 possible ones here. 2 and 3. Pair of 4s. Pair of 5s. Pair of 6s. 4 possible 7s. 2 possible 8s and a 9. Over here, we are missing the 3. No, the 3's here. 6s, of which we've got 2 possibilities, which means this is a 2. So we can clear that out of these up here. Oh, that was already cleared. All right. And that means this one becomes a 2. Filled in here, so now we've got 1s to drop in up here for possibilities. Two possibilities for 4. 5s are going to be these 2 possibilities. 6 is everything except middle. So these 3 now. We've got one of those 2. 7 is going to be one of these 3 in the middle. An 8 here, which just means that 8 is going to be in the outer or upper and lower rows of the row, or columns, no, rows. And 9 is going to be one of these 2. All right. So 1 on its own here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, 7 is going to be one of these 2. 8 is going to be one of these corners, and 9 is going to be one of these 2. So it is a 1. Let's mark that as a 1. Clear that 1. Clear that 1. Clear this 1 and this 1. And we've got we got 7, 8, 9. Can't have this. 1, One of these is 3. That would be this one. So that's a 5, that's a 7. So this can't be a 5 anymore. That's going to be a 4. This will be a 5. This will be a 6. It looks like this is going to be a 7. That can't be a 6. That's going to be a 1. So this is a 7. That makes this an 8. And this a 1. So not a 1 here. Here. This becomes a 4, 7 here. So down here we get a 4, a 1. That 1 there makes this into a 7, this into a 1. This becomes a 7 here. This becomes 3. Makes this into a 9. And this into a 3. Alright, that 9 means that can't be a 9. I'm going to make this into a 9. Standalone 4 here. Except it can't be a 4. I've got a 4. So what am I missing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This becomes an 8. Okay. Comes 8, 7, 8 down here. So this can't be an 8. Can't be an 8. Missing 1, 2, missing a 4. This can't be a 4. Can't be. Okay. Now, get 2 4s up here. This is not a 4. What am I missing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. This is supposed to be a 7. And this can be a 6. But we got blockage here. That can't be a 6, so this becomes a 6. That makes this into an 8, but it can't be an 8. This can't, or this can't be a, can be a 6. But this can't be an 8. Or a couple. All right. Backing this all out. Switching keyboards. So I can run through this a lot faster. Yeah. One of these two is a 1. One of these two is a 2. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've got 8 in the corners and a 9 here. So 8, 1, and 2. Anything like that down here? We got a 1. One of these. I'm going to go ahead and plug these in. These 3 is a 2. I've got 4 possibilities. 3. 4 possibilities for 4. 5, 6. 3 or 4 possibilities for a 7. And 4 possibilities for an 8. That makes these 2 and 3. So neither 2 nor 3 nor 2 here nor 3 indeed. In here we've got 1, 2, 3. One of these 2 is a 5. It's going to be this one. And the other is going to be a 6. Do anything else? Well, one of these 2 is a 1. Can't be a 2, so one of these 2 is a 2. 3. Kind of wide open on. 4s. One of these 4 in the square of 5, 6, and 7 are up here. 8 is going to be one of these. Oh, that's not it. This one gets to be an 8. So these 2 can't be 8. Only one of these 2 can be 8. Alright, how about here? Well, we've got a 1 here and a 2 here. We get 3 possible places for a 3 here. 4. One of these 2. This one is a 5. That makes this a 5, by the way. One of these 2. This one is a 6. So this becomes a 3. And this becomes a 7. And up here we end up with a 1, 2. There we go. 3. And this one's going to be a 4. So one of these 2 is a 7. And with the 7 is going to be a 3. Then we've got 1. One of these 2 is a 2. 3's here, 4, 5. One of these 3 is a 6. 7's here, and one of these 2 is an 8. All right, and this, now let's go over this. We've got 3 possible ones here, 2 and a 3. 4 possible 4s, 2 possible 5s. 6s, we've got 2 possibilities. 7s, like I've got 3 possible 7s. And 3 possible 8s. We've got a 9 here already. Oh, this can't be an 8 because of this here. All right. Now let's back to this one. Okay. We got a 7-4 pair here. So not a 4 or 7 there or there. That's not going to work. Back this bit. Problem is, we got a 9 there, a 9 there, 9 there, means this is a 9. So we'll leave the 7 for now. Although I do think it fixes something here. All right, back to this square. These two is 1. One of these two. This one is a 2. 3 going in here. One of these 3 is a 3. One of these 4 is a 4. Got a 5 here. 6 is going to be one of these 3. 7 is going to be one of these 3. No, one of these 2. 8. And then one of these 3 is going to be a 9. Not that first one. That first one gets to be a 3. So not a 3 here. 7 is one of those 2. One of these 2 is a 7. And one of these 2 is a 1. Leaving, see, we have 3 going into one of these 3. 4 and 5 here. 6 is going to go into 3. 7's here. 8. And 9 is going to be one of these 2. Can't be here because of this 9. Means I've got this one to finish out. I've got 7's here and here. Means one of these 3 is going to be 7. Got a 1 here and a 1 here. And a 1 block in the center one. So we got 2 possibilities for 1 here. We got 2 possibilities here. 3. We've got 3 possibilities here. 4s. We're going to be across the bottom here. 5. We're going to be in the middle here. 6s. So one of these can be a 6, but everything else is potentially a 6. It doesn't like me to put a 6 here. That's a possibility. Get these 3 for 7s. 8 going to be, it can't be here. Here, they've got them be in the middle. Can't be that one. So this one or this one, right? And then 9 is going to be one of these 3, but it can't be this one. So 9 is here or here. So we've got a 7 here, so this can't be a 7. Makes this into a 4, 3, and 2. So neither of these can be a 4. Neither of these can be a 3. So we get a 4-1 pair here and a 7-8 pair. That looks kind of familiar. We get a 1-7 pair here. 3. Can't be a 3. So that makes this into 6. That means this can't be 6. Can't be a 9 there. So this one just be a 9 here. 4, 1, 4, 1. 4, 6, 4, 5, 6, 4, 5. 4, 1, 7, 4, 1. 7, 4, 1, 8, 4, 7, 8. No, may not be 6s here. It can't be a 6 anymore. This can't be a 6. This can't be a 6. That turns this into a 2. So we can clean up that 2 here. This becomes a 7. So not 7s here or here. Also not 7s here. Turning that into a 7. That becomes a 7. Not a 7 here. Not a 1 here. So this is a 6. Not a 1 up here. So not a 6 here either. 4, 5, 5. That makes this into an 8 and this into a 6. 4, 1, 4, 1. I am not sure where we're fixing that. 7 here and here. This can't be a 7. That's not a 7. There and over here has to be right here. 7. 7. Okay. So I missed what I got possibly here. So 5, 3. I've got 5s and 3s already on the board. Okay. Backing things up a bit. Okay, we'll fill up the board with the choices again. And before we get too far down the line, let's clean up what we can clean up. That can't be a 7. That can't be a 7. Mostly because that's not a 7. There has to be one in the middle. We've got a pair of 7s here and here blocking these 2 rows. So this is a 7. That suggests this may be a 6. I can accept that being a 6. That turns this into a 2. This becomes a 3. And this becomes a 5. Not a 4 here. Or no, possibly at a 4. All right, here's a question. What else can this be besides can't be a 7? Oh, we got 1 blocked, so 2 is a block here. 3 is blocked there. Yes, 4s are available there, but I'm thinking we're not dealing with available. 5 and 6 are givens and blocked. 7 here, 8 here, 9. So 4 is what we're going to go with. Clean up these 2 4s. That gets me 7 8. 7 and 8. We get to clean up these 4s. Turning this into a 2 and this into a 3. And then we get to clean up 3. All right, 1 4 there, 7 8 here. Not a 1 here. One of these two is going to be a 1. One of them is going to be a 9. So clean up the 6 and the 4. That this one into a 4. This becomes a 4. This becomes a 5. And this becomes an 8. Not a 4 here. One 9 here. 7 8 7 6 can't be a 6. That's a 7. Also, that can't be an 8. This becomes a 6. This becomes an 8. 7 here. I've got a standalone 3 because the 2 is there and the 8 would be a 2. So 3 here. 2 here. All right. Clean out things that can't be. Can't be a 4. Or 5. So here we got a 7 8. Can't be a 7. So this is an 8. This is a 6. Not a 6 here or here, which we already knew because we got a 6 here. All right, not a 4 in either of these. So we've got a 1 7 here. 4 9 4 9. One of these two is going to be 9, so that's a 4. This is a 9. This is a 4. And this is 1. All right, not a 6 in either of these. That poses a problem. I need a 6 in one of these two. All right. Let's start from the top again, and this time I'm going to fill from 9s down. All right. So one of these two is a 9. 9's there. One of these 4 is a 9. Oh, that's not a 9. So that's a 9. One of these two is a 9. One of these two is a 9. This is an 8. One of these two is an 8. Over here, I've got 4 possibilities for an 8 for the moment. 2 possibilities for an 8 here. 6 possibilities for an 8 here. Still can't drop a 9 in. And four possibilities for an 8 there. 7. Historically, we've come up with a 7 in one of these two, but for the moment I can't eliminate that possibility. We've got 3 possibilities for a 7 there. 3 possibilities for a 7 here. 3 possibilities for a 7, no. 3 possibilities for a 7 here. 4 possibilities here. 4 possibilities here. And because of the way it's oriented, I get 3 possibilities here. I'm going to go ahead and remark these possible 9s. That it wouldn't let me mark. So that can't be a 9, so one of these two is a 9. That can't be a 9, so this one is a 9. Bring that into an 8, that into a 9, not a 9. Also not an 8 here or here. Since one of these two is an 8, one of these two is an 8, I don't need an 8 in either these or places. Two possibilities for an 8. All right. We got down to the 7s, the 6s. Got a 6 here. Any of these 4 in the corners here be a 6. Likewise here, these 2 corners. Blocking this one, or this 6 is blocking these. I've got 6 possibilities here for now. Here we've got 5 possibilities. A 6 here, but not a 6 here. Apparently I didn't get to the bar of making them possible. 6 there and there. One of these two is a 6, not a 9. That means this is a 6 because I can't put a 6 here or in either of these. All right, and that means that's not a 6, and neither are either of these. Okay, 5. I've got a 5 here, 5 here. One of these two is a 5. And I've got 4 possible 5s here for the moment. One of these two is a 5, so these two cannot be. This one becomes a 5, 7 here, and that leaves a 3 here. So not a 5 here, that makes this into a 5. And a 7 here, that turns this into not a 7. Also not an 8 because the 8 up here. 1, 2, 3, that becomes a 4. Up here, we've got 1s and 2s. That can't be a 2, so that's a 1. I should say that can't be 1, so that's a 2, that's a 1. All right, down here, one of these two becomes a 3. Don't know which yet. But this one becomes a 2. All right, back to, let's see, 4. So one of these 3 is a 4. One of these 4 is a 4. 3 possibilities here. Up here, we've got 4 possibilities and 3 possibilities here. That's blocked. All right. So we're done with 5. Looks like yes. Oh, wait, here. One of these 2 is a 5. Maybe this one. So that's going to probably be a 6. Yes, 6 because the other 6s are already taken. So we got 2 and 3. That can't be a 3. That's going to be a 3. That's going to be a 2. All right, one of these 2 is a 1. Seven and 8 are gone here. One of these 2 will be a 2. It's going to be that one. And this one's going to be a 3. That's also possibly going to be a 1. Continue on with 3s over here, up here. So 3 is going to be one of corner pieces here. I think it's going to be one of these 2 corner pieces, I'm not sure. One of these 3 is going to be 3. And no, it's not going to be that one or that one. So that's a 3. Which would suggest that since this can't be a 5, that's a 5 and that's a 7. And we can probably clean up 7s, 5, 7 to clean up. Not sure why I didn't have that marked. All right. So I've got 3 possible 1s here, 4 here, OBS just gave me issues. Those can't be 1s. 1, that can't be a 6 because of this here. 2 possible 6s, 4s, okay, 3s. So that one and that one block. That means I've got a possible 3 here or here. 2 are going to be down here. No, that's not a 2. That's going to be a 2. Okay. Over here, we've got a 2 already. 3. One's dropped in. Maybe a 1 here. All right. Check this. I got 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 visible. That's 4. We can clean out that possibility out of 4. Clean out that one, that one, that. Doesn't change these 2 or these 2. This is showing a 6. I've got a 1. Don't have 2. That's 2. All right. 1, 8, 1, 8, 1, 7. That's 7. Not a 7 here. Possibly an 8 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 here. Not an 8 here, so 1 maybe. Can't be a 5, neither of them. It's going to be a 5. So 1 and 6. Not a 6, not a 1. 6, not a 1. Neither 6 nor 1 here. I've got a 9, 1, 4, 6, 8 here. 8 here. Not an 8. We have 4, 1 pair here. So this is going to be a 7. This will be a 4. Let's see up here. Can't be a 1. This was going to be a 1. That makes this into a 4, this into a 1. Not a 4, not a 4. So 4 here. 7 here. That can't be a 6. That's 3. That's 6. Not a 3 in this or this. One of these two is a 1. It's going to be that one. That's a 7. So not a 7 here or here. 9, 3 pair here. Can't be a 9 up here. So that's 3. This is 9. Over here, we get a little bit more confusion, don't we? Well, this can't be a 7 or a 3. This can't be. That can't be a 6 or an 8. And I've got a 6 or 8 here and a 7 or 3 here. Okay. I'm stumped on an easy one. Well, we are an hour in on this one. So I am going to call it a day. Declare myself stumped and record where I'm at. Clear everything, and we will take this up after I complete tomorrow's puzzles, assuming I complete tomorrow's puzzle. Got an easy and a medium to do tomorrow, so this being an easy didn't seem like it was all that much of an easy puzzle for me today. I just might be having a bad day though. So we will look forward to trying this again in the morning. Well, sometime later this afternoon, probably after I wake. If so, I will stream my attempt. It is one of those things I do the stream in the middle of the day, and we will see how things go. Thanks, everybody. We will talk with you again soon. Take care.